Thanks for those opening remarks, Claude. Guys have been good, good energy. I think the cool airs help with that. And we've been outside and inside and preparing well and got a big task in front of us because we got a lot of respect for this team and they do some different things you don't see every week. So we'll have to prepare for those things and get ready. Got a lot more work to do tomorrow to get where we need to be, though.
You say that about them doing some unique things by week. You guys work, assuming you guys probably introduced them to a couple of things. When you get to that week, a week that you have that, how glad are you that you did kind of put that time in beforehand to familiarize them with some things?
It probably helps the coaches more than the players because we go back, pull the tape, go in on Sunday and say, hey, remember we worked these guys for a period during the day, and we watch it and analyze it. A lot of the players don't remember what they did the bye week, to be honest with you. But we'll show them the tape, and it triggers some memories and things like that, calls you make and the rules you make. So we have to do that with these guys.
What's different about the defensive line from last year to this year?
The Missouri's?
No, your defensive
line. Another year older, some more guys, probably a little more experience on the edges. You know, we were extremely thin last year on the edges, and now we've got some more guys with experience. Pretty similar inside.
In terms of the run game, you're not holding or not allowing a team to score touchdowns for games. Is that, I mean, so would you attribute most of that to the experience, or was there a change in terms of how they go about it?
No, we haven't changed much philosophically. I mean, we've added some things to our package that have helped. We've played well in the red area. Some of that's just a statistical just draw. I mean, like we've had some plays score from outside, the red area on some big passes that maybe those drives turn into a goal line possession and they score. I mean, it's a great feat to have, but I would trade some goal line rushes for some not big plays. You know what I mean? And I'd much rather not give up long passing plays. But the guys are proud of it, and they try to own it. And we work hard to keep people out of our end zone. And we've always said to get in our end zone, you're going to have to throw it in to try to make them one-dimensional, but it doesn't always happen that way.
On the good run defense overall, how much of it is surely the D-line, how much is the back guys also?
Oh, it's everybody. I mean, in today's world, every play has 3 plays. So they can throw it to him, they can toss it to him, or he can keep it. I mean, it literally is like you're at the point of attack at all 11 positions. So if you play good run defense, it's not that guy or that guy. I mean, it's every guy, because football has just evolved to the point where that guy's cracking that guy, so the guy over there has got to go make the play. You're all tied into a string. So when you play well, they can find holes usually when you have a lot of plays tied into one.
How would you describe the development of Malik here?
Malik was a good athlete coming out. He played really hard when he was young. He's gotten better. He had a really good game against Georgia Tech. I guess it was last year when it was a very different kind of game, but it was right up his alley. He had played against that style of offense in high school, and it was unique. So that gave him confidence. But he's gotten better. He's worked hard. He's a good athlete, so he continues to develop.
KJ was talking yesterday about a FaceTime call that you and Coley did with him, I guess, when he was in the portal. Or, do you remember anything about it? And obviously, you guys had relationships with him already at that time.
I don't remember much about it. I do remember talking to him on the phone. I didn't remember it being FaceTime, but it probably was. Knowing Coley, he's always FaceTiming with the guys. But I don't remember anything specific about it. But I do remember talking to him and recruiting him as well, Eli.
Noticed that Michael, Barnett, and David Marshall weren't on the participation chart. Didn't know if that was accurate, and if it was, just wanted to see if they were dealing with any injuries or anything like that.
McGhee has been he got a little nagging injury the off week, and he was not really able to practice the Florida week. And we thought he was going to be able to go, and we traveled him thinking he would be able to play, but it was bothering him some in warm-ups, and wasn't able to pull the pin and go. David's been pretty good. He's been beat up most of the year, but there was nothing that really held him out other than the style of game it was.
In your experience, how's a guy like Rodrigo compared to other kickers in his ability to recover or move on from like miskicks or big miskicks?
Rodrigo's got a great psyche. I mean, I don't compare him because I've been fortunate. I haven't had a lot of kickers. You know, I mean, Rod's kind of been our kicker, and he's got a great mental disposition. He's got a preparation mode that he goes through, and he handles the mental conditioning part really well, and he puts himself in a good place. And I think he's bounced back really well.
Have you seen? They're talking about image and likeness is a big deal. You just talk about what Rodrigo has done with that, and his image and likeness in the time that he's been here. That he seems like he's one of the most popular and certainly recognizable. Hot rod, rec specs, pretty good marketing job.
Absolutely, he might have missed his window. Because if that's the case, which I don't know enough about name, image, and likeness to know where it's going to go, but he would be a guy that would have done well with that for sure.
Can you talk about the decision? And you talked about a little bit after the game. You said it was a chance to win the game, but how much did you contemplate running it on 3rd and 7 with 2:47 and punting and letting the clock run down?
There wasn't a lot of contemplating. There was no time to contemplate. So, I mean, you got 40 seconds, and you really got less than that because you got to get the play in and get the call in. And decisions made, I told y'all, every decision that we make, we try to make it before the game. So you play the game well before the game, and you make those decisions well before the game. So we have a Friday walkthrough that we do every Friday, and it's got about 30 to 40 items in it. That was one of them. I mean, we did exactly what we did in the Friday walkthrough. So the kids had rehearsed it, done it, and they understood the plan. The good thing is we were able to execute it.
And then just about the defense. I mean, obviously you got up 2 touchdowns. Nobody calls it a prevent, but how much does the defense change in that situation in terms of loosening up a little bit from what you played the first 2 quarters?
I don't know that it changed a lot. It probably changed more, what they were doing to counter what we were doing. And, we changed some because we had to play 6 DBs instead of 5 because they started throwing the ball more. But I wouldn't say it was prevent at all. I mean, I would just say that they made more plays than we did. We had opportunities to get off the field, and we didn't.
Going back over to Ron, I mean, a lot of times when we ask you about him, you talk about his work ethic, how hard he works. Can you think of a story or anecdote that you might have seen or heard about just how hard he works, a time that he did something extra work?
Were you saying an example or?
Yeah, just like anything that you've seen or heard.
Nothing offhand. I mean, I've been in my office in the off season where he's out there, on the upper turf field just banging away and really working and pushing through. But that was an off season time when nobody else is even out there. He goes and works. He and his dad work. I see him with his dad with a bag of balls kicking in the office. There's no telling how much they kick at home. I can't even imagine how much time they spend that I don't see. But Rod is a hard worker, and he owns everything. And he's really an inspiration to people in the room. You ask a question in the room, and Rod spits out the answer, the first one, and he'd be hell on jeopardy. So.
Is there ever any issues with him kicking too much? Like, is that a thing for kickers?
I mean, yeah, I do think it's a thing, but he's smart. He's regimented. He has a routine. If you have a routine, you believe in that routine. Very similar to a coach preparing for a game. Rod has a routine he does during the week. Coach Fountain does a tremendous job of kind of partitioning those guys. I think early on, the first year I was here, it might have been that. There's times where he felt like we did too much, and as we worked on that, we toned that down some and really got a good schedule. Coach Kevin Butler was tremendous with that. He helped put together a schedule that they follow and that doesn't overdo it for them.
Can you imagine how, and I know you got a lot going on, but can you imagine how weird it is with him having been your kicker for this long, doing all the things you talk about doing, and all of a sudden here in about 2-3 months it's no more, having to kind of start all over again for the first time? Yeah, I mean, the unique thing is you go through that a lot at a lot of other positions. It's kind of rare that you have a kicker for this long. I guess it's rare you have any position for that long. But you get used to it as a coach because kids move on, they get opportunities, and you have to replace them. That's the beauty of college football is every team is different than the previous.
On Jordan Davis, he was
know you don't pay too much attention to all the ratings, but he coming out, he wasn't like a 4 or 5-star. He might even be a 3-star. What did y'all see in him? Did y'all know that this was a find for you guys?
Yeah, we were excited because we watched him, do workouts. We saw him go through bags. We saw his agility, and it was just like it jumped off the screen. And my history has been someone that big, that athletic, has been a really good player. It shocked me that he was not just, I guess, pursued heavier. I don't know what the right word is, but he was in the Charlotte area and wasn't. He was recruited by good schools, but I think a lot of people thought he might be an offensive tackle because he played some of that in high school and he was really athletic. But we just saw natural talent, natural ability, intelligent kid, great mom. I mean, just a wonderful kid, and he still hasn't reached his full potential. That's the hardest part for him to acknowledge because he's very athletic for a large man, and we got to get the most out of him.
What characteristics does DJ Daniel have that allowed him to go from GMC to helping you guys out in the secondary?
He's mature. DJ's played at a high level. When you go and play the GMC schedule they go play some of the best teams in junior college, and you turn the tape on, and he's covering them. So we I mean, that, and he's fast. I mean, he ran fast. So those two combinations are pretty good, and we probably didn't realize how good a physical tackler the guy ain't afraid of contact. So we felt like we had a good player, and we were excited about it.
You got go on questions here. Tyrique McGhee, where is he at in the mix? And then also, do you have a better understanding of the college football platform when the first rankings come out today?
No, I don't have any. I mean, I'm not even the least bit. I'm so tied into what we've got this week. I don't even think about that. I have no idea and don't care because everybody knows it doesn't matter. I mean, what matters is how we play against Missouri is the only thing we can control. Tyrique's dealing with his foot again. I mean, his foot tweaked on him during the off week, and he's had surgery done on that foot, and we're having to be really careful with him. And he didn't travel to Florida, and is not 100%.
Just prior to last season, DJ, you committed to South Carolina, and do you remember kind of when that commitment happened? Did it surprise you? And then was it a situation where you guys were like, hey, we got to get this guy in the fold. We want him that badly. You think he can help us out right away?
Yes, it was exactly that. I mean, he kind of committed out of the blue. We wanted him and recruited him, and then he committed, and we just had to keep recruiting him, be consistent. And it was never about South Carolina. It was about us and an opportunity, and he's taking advantage of that.
Tindall, I don't think, the practice.
Yeah, he's been injured too. He actually got hurt in the Kentucky game, and he's been beat up a little bit, but we actually think he's going to get back here soon. I don't know if it'll be this week, but it should be next.
How's Travon Walker progressed as a freshman, especially given he came in over the summer and didn't necessarily have that spring to sort of get acclimated?
Oh, he's talented. He's bright. He's conscientious. He's one of those people that he takes pride in his performance every day. So, like, he'll watch a tape and say, man, I see what you're saying, Coach. I can do better than that. And he raises his standard. He gives tremendous effort when he's on the scout team. He comes over to our group, works really hard. Got a lot of promise because he's got a lot of heart. And we got to find ways to use his talents more. Like, he's playing, but he's a talented player. He had, probably one of the biggest plays in the game nobody talks about is the batted ball that he made and stopped the drive.
In terms of the guys who people don't yet have a chance to see on Saturdays, the younger guys who haven't had their chance to play, how do you feel about the development of those guys, and like, how do you guys work at developing them while still working with your guys who frequently playing your rotator?
Well, everybody practices. So what happens is you go out to practice, and if you're not with the ones or twos, then you're over here repping. So whether it's a Rylan Godey or a Kenny McIntosh or a Tyrique Stevenson, I mean, you name them. Anybody you want to name, Xavier Truss. I mean, I don't know, Clay Webb, and they're all working. So the beauty is I get to see them on both sides, and I get to see them go against good people. And we've had a really good history here of developing players to prepare them to play the next season, or maybe even play this season should something happen. And I love watching a guy like Kenny McIntosh who did not have a clue how to play special teams. I'm not saying he wasn't bought in on it. He just didn't know. To now, he loves it. He's fast. He embraces it, and he's taking ownership in his role. And I thought Belichick said it best when he said, you want to find out if someone cares most about the team, put them on kickoff coverage and put them on kickoff return. That's when you find out how much they care about the team. And we got a lot of guys on there that have done a good job. Tresman has done a great job of that.
Two more questions. What can you say about the versatility of your running backs, and how would you kind of assess your guys' ability to rotate them in and out this year and kind of utilize their skill sets in like a certain package?
How would I assess that? I think we've done a good job. I mean, we got a good stable back. It's a hard management because it's like, well, I mean, do you not give the ball to 7? And every time I want 7 with the ball as much as possible. I want 35 with the ball, but James Cook does a good job. Zamir's had flashes and done good things. So, I mean, it's not easy to assess how it's been done. What you can say is we want the best players and the best opportunity to win. And I think each one of those guys realize that and acknowledge it. And they all have different strengths, and we try to use those strengths.
So many balls to go around in the case of Cook. Is it something where you kind of wish you would have never, or wish you could have given more opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could get everybody more opportunities in space. And he's a good player, and we got to keep trying to find roles for him. He's been an impact player for us on special teams, and we got to keep doing that with him. Thanks.
Thank you.